What up, y'all? It's your man D-Real, and welcome to another Be Real with D-Real, where edutainment is what I do. It's Monday. So Monday is usually kind of a either random day or a educational day. I think it's going to be randomly educational because you know, edutainment, blah, blah, blah. But before I get off into what I'm going to get off into, I want y'all to comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D Real page. Y'all have been sharing the page. It has been wonderful. I've just been getting all of this traffic, all of these subscribers, all of these likes, all of this conversation. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Continue to do that. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. And I will continue to grow something for you because y'all are definitely putting some dirt in my bucket because you're digging what I'm shoveling. So, yeah. Let's get into it. Some little side project that I've been messing with here as far as viewing the Wheel of Time. The Wheel of Time it's an Amazon Prime show, and it is definitely high fantasy. If you're not into high fantasy, you probably shouldn't fool with this one. But anyway, it digs very heavily into European religion and Asian religion, kind of from a sword and sorcery kind of viewpoint. Look here, men and women are equal because they share a power in this world called the One Power. And this One Power is a magic that can be used to manipulate, control, do all kinds of pretty cool magical effects. And there's a group of women, and they are called the Aes Sedai. And the Aes Sedai are adepts at utilizing the One Power. There are also men who can utilize the One Power, but for some reason, when the power got corrupted, it seems the man side of the power was what got corrupted. So now the evil one, who is also known as, wait for it, Shaitan, ooh, Nation of Islam. Y'all should go check it out because they're using your central evil character in your faith, Shaitan. Okay, and there is supposed to be a resurrected character who comes back as quote unquote the dragon. And this individual has to be guided by either the Aes Sedai or the Dark One, because the power of this dragon can either destroy the world or save it. So the Aes Sedai, there's a particular Aes Sedai who is being portrayed by Rosamund Pike, who does a very interesting job of remaining somewhat bland. Her character shows emotion, but she doesn't show emotion very often. There are a couple of scenes where she gets a little misty about her warder, and a warder is a person who protects an Aes Sedai. Some Aes Sedai have warders, other Aes Sedai do not, but they get kind of a bond, and it's almost kind of like an emotional, romantical, platonic, sexual, all of that kind of dynamic. And it doesn't matter about gender. It spans across genders. The warder and the Aes Sedai become attached. And there are some episodes where a warder dies or an Aes Sedai dies. And it's like almost kind of like, an old couple that's been together for 40, 50 years. And it's like, having that heart of that relationship torn out because one of them is no longer alive. But it's basically an interesting romp. I recommend it. A lot of the reviews on it have been like 2 out of 5 and 3 out of 5. But on Rotten Tomatoes, surprise, surprise, they have given it a score of 83% and a 7.25 out of 10. Now, the series started in late November, and it's going to run, at least this first season is going to run till about mid-January, mid to late January, 23rd January, I think is the season finale, January 23rd, 2022. So 1/23/22 numbers. Anyway, though, I don't want to spoil a lot of it. There is a lot of action. There is a lot of fantasy-based stuff. And without giving it away, it draws very heavily on the Buddhist faith. It draws very heavily on the Shinto faith. It draws very heavily on the Islamic faith. It even has factions of European Christianity in it. So it's a very interesting watch. I'm not saying it's the greatest. I'm not saying it's the best fantasy out there right now, but it is good fantasy. It is entertaining fantasy. And I recommend The Wheel of Time. It's also based on a novel that came out in the early 2000s by an author named Robert Jordan. And it was a series of books is how it started out. So there's potential for this to run for a number of seasons if it doesn't, get done like they did Jupiter's Legacy and Cowboy Bebop. But in the case of the latter, it was because that one kind of sucked. In the case of the former, that story was, I guess, too convoluted and they weren't willing to give it a chance. I think The Wheel of Time deserves a chance. It deserves a crack for y'all to just at least watch 1 or 2 episodes. And then after you watch 1 or 2 episodes, decide if it's, because that's what I say about critics. Some critics, they have their finger on the pulse of what's going on. Others are just doing their job based on given criteria. Critiques are, at the end of the day, though, opinions. A professional opinion, but an opinion nonetheless. And that's why I don't base anything I watch, regardless of, even though I just gave these stats, I don't base anything off of what a critic says. I base it off of what piques my curiosity, what I decide to watch, etc., so on, that kind of a thing. So I recommend The Wheel of Time. The season has not wrapped yet, so I'm not going to give it a review. I'm going to give a partial review. And that partial review is based on the episodes I have seen. I've seen every episode up until the ones that haven't premiered yet, because I've been watching it weekly. From what I've seen so far, it is compelling. The story does move a little slow at points, but there are things that go on in each episode that manage to hold your attention. And you don't go, this is boring, I don't want to watch it anymore. You may not, but so far I've been enjoying it. Have you seen The Wheel of Time yet? If you have, drop it in the comments and tell me what you think. If you have not seen The Wheel of Time yet, what you waiting on? Get up off your behind and go watch The Wheel of Time. It is currently on Amazon Prime right now, and it's free. So you don't have to worry about paying for anything. Just go watch it. And you can come back right here and we can talk about it. That's it for now, but I will be getting at y'all with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good, teacher.